Okay, this is Sharon Vornholt, and I've got my friend Kevin Forte here, and we're going to talk about Kevin's latest deal. Now, Kevin is a member of the Probate Investing Simplified group, but he's been a real estate investor for a while. So I'm going to have him tell you briefly a little bit about his very interesting history, and and he's going to tell you too how he decided to make real estate one of his businesses. Note I said one of his businesses. So welcome, Kevin.
Thank you, Sharon. I appreciate it.
Yeah, so just dive in and tell everybody a little bit about, we talked a little bit before we started the recording. I want them to know that about your deal, but I want them to know that, gosh, you've got a lot going on and you still managed to be successful at this.
Yeah. Well, let me see. I guess I could start from in my previous career. I was a police officer, and I started with the sheriff department in 1990. And then in 2001, unfortunately, my mom passed away, and she left a small insurance policy.
Mm-hmm.
And my portion of it was $5,000, which, was blessed to have. And with that $5,000, I was searching, one day I was searching through the newspaper, and I saw an ad for real estate investing. So I called, and it was a hard money lender, and they told me, what I needed, the credit score. And at that time, you was able to get a house, rehab a house with no money down. They would do 100% financing for the purchase and the rehab. But I had to pay the fees and stuff like that, and that came to about $4,000 of my $5,000 little money. So I did that, and that turned out well, and that's where I started. It was a single-family house that I rehabbed and refinanced, and I kept it, and so that was in 2001. So from 2001 to 2005, I did that about 10 other times. So I had 7 rental properties by 2005. And that's in 2005, that's when my childhood friend was in between jobs. So he left Chicago and moved to Texas. And he got a job working at as a manager at a private ambulance company.
Mm-hmm.
And so we was talking, he was down there a few months, and he was saying, oh, this business is, very interesting. And, they do this and they do that, and the profits are amazing. And I'm like, okay, well, let's try it, and let me see if I could do one in Chicago. So we came back, and we put our resources together, and I put my 7 rental properties up for collateral, and we was able to get a small SBA loan to start the private ambulance company. And so I worked there along with the sheriff department. I had the sheriff department and the ambulance company from 2005 to 2014. That's when the ambulance company did well enough, and I was able to retire. So in 2014, I was just doing the ambulance company. So I had some free time, and I said, I'm gonna go back to where it started with real estate investing. But it's like I didn't want to do it as buying one property here, one property there. I'm saying, well, I'll try to put together as a business. And so I started doing research, and that's when I found Andrew Holmes' mastery class. And I took that class, and it helped me form the business. And that was in March of this year, which is 2018. And since then, now I'm working on my ninth deal.
Wow, that's quite a story. And I think I forgot to mention that Kevin is in Chicago area. He works in Chicago, and if you're lucky enough to be in that area, he's part of a program called Mastery with Andrew Holmes, which is a rock solid program for investors. So if you're in the area, but so you were in real estate, then you had a couple of other businesses, then you went back to real estate. So did you kind of pick up where you left off then?
Well, I had, over the years, I've been buying some, from auctions and picking some up on the MLS. So I never really got away from it, but going to Mastery, it helped me put all the pieces together.
Okay.
And, yeah.
So then you got into my course, Probate Investing Simplified, as a way to have one more way to get deals then. So you're just like putting all the pieces together.
Yeah, well, actually, that's one of the pieces. Doing Mastery, Andrew mentioned your course, your seminar.
Mm-hmm.
And then he mentioned that you was coming to town. You had a seminar for marketing.
Mm-hmm.
Your marketing seminar. So I attended that,
mm-hmm.
and so I got more pieces that I could put into my business. And from that, you mentioned like a postcard.
Mm-hmm.
So I created the postcard, and I put in a estate sale.
Mm-hmm.
So I had that, and I attended your probate seminar. So I'm like, okay, well, I'm sending these out, and hopefully I get some probate sellers.
Mm-hmm.
So I put these cards along with some mailers. I put them out in like Starbucks and local grocery stores.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and fortunately, we got a call from a gentleman, and he said that he was trying to sell his mother's house, who recently passed away. And I'm like, oh, okay, well, I know probate strategy.
Now you know probate. So
yeah, so that was great. So I was comfortable with talking to him, and I found out that it was his mom's house, but the house was in a trust.
Mm-hmm.
So he didn't have to go through all this stuff with probate.
With probate, yeah.
Yes. But the reason I believe that I was able to get the deal was because I talked to him with some confidence. And like you said, he really wanted to. They had a lot of stuff in the house.
Yeah.
And they didn't know what to do with it. So I assured them that I'll take care of all the stuff in the house. And I think that sealed the deal.
Isn't it amazing how that works out?
Yeah.
It is really the secret sauce with probates. It really is. It's so interesting though, because you just mentioned before we started the call that you have 1,000 probate letters ready to go out.
Yep.
Because that is the way that you typically market to people. Yet you already had a postcard, and one of those had estates on it, and that's actually how you got this deal. It's curious too, because there are those houses that are in a trust that escape probates completely. So you need to be able to get those.
Yes. Yeah. So hopefully we get more from the postcards, and I'm sure we get a lot from the mailers that we're going to send out.
So tell me about you. Tell me about your deal.
Well, we got he called and found out it was in a really hot area in Chicago,
mm-hmm.
Chicago South Side, which is one of the hottest or the fastest growing areas on the South Side. So we went over there and took a look at it, and was amazed by the condition it was in. Like, wow,
so it was good condition then?
Yeah, it was during the outside was, but the inside, of course, was outdated. Needed
mm-hmm.
a lot of updates, and it's a lot of items inside the house. Mm-hmm. But I was thinking they're gonna want retail price for this. But more we talked to him, and you could just see in his expression that he was just tired. He didn't know what to do.
Right.
He was lost. He was like, he didn't really want to, didn't have time to deal with it, or didn't want to deal with it anymore. So I was like, okay, we take care of it, and that's still the deal. And he asked, how much would you offer? And I said, well, it depends. It depends on, you know, what you're looking for.
Mm-hmm.
Told him that I didn't want to insult him, so I kind of figured that if I went that approach, he'd be able to tell me. So I told him, if I'm able to close right away and take care of all this stuff, what's the least you'll be able to take?
Mm-hmm.
And he said, I don't want to do under 100. And I knew that in this current condition, the house could sell for 160, 170.
Wow.
Yeah.
So what was the ARV on the house?
230.
Oh my word! So
230. So
you
I got
paid
to
100.
take 97 for it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. You should always do just that and come down just a little so they don't think they sold it.
Yeah.
So you know you've got your clean out, which is maybe what $1,000, $1,500, something like that. And then what about repairs? What do you estimate in the repair costs, just ballpark?
Well, since it's updated, I'm thinking I want to just open up the living room and dining room area and put some ceiling lights up in the living room.
The pot lights.
Yeah, yes. Put some of that. So it's minor, and update the bathroom in the kitchen. And it has a bathroom in the basement that needs to be updated. But I think I could get it done for get it real nice for about 25,000.
Yeah, I was gonna say with that little bit of repairs, you might be able to go find a slab of granite somewhere and make it like really wow worthy.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
Yeah,
I could get it done for under 10 if I wanted just to do the bare, but to hopefully I could push the value over to 20, 230, maybe 240. I put the lights in there and some quartz or granite
mm-hmm.
And a nice appliance package, and do the bathrooms and pretty it up.
Wow, that's like $100,000 payday.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm trying. Nice. It's October and it get cold here in Chicago, so I'm trying to get this the end of this real estate season done. So hopefully I can get it done within the next 3 or 4 weeks and get it on the market.
So you have it under contract and you're going to get that. You've bought it.
I closed on it.
You closed on it. So you have it. So you want to get it done. Yeah, you're smart. Get it done before it gets so freaking cold up there in Chicago. And then what about selling it? Will you have a problem selling it? So if you get it sold, if you get it ready before Christmas, will you need to hold it till after Christmas necessarily?
I'm thinking I'm going to initially put it on the market, stage it, and hope that will sell. If it doesn't, I may just take it off and put it back on in March.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would definitely stage it. That makes a huge difference. So, well, congratulations. I really wanted. It was such a great deal, and you have such a good story. So, thank you for sharing this with everybody.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome.
And any words of wisdom for people out there? You seem to be hitting it hard.
I guess once you get in the right mindset and say you could do it, it is. I mean, once you say you could do it, you could do it. It's nothing extremely hard about it. Just kind of see what pieces you need. Try to go out and get those pieces and put it together. You always could partner with someone to make it happen.
Right. You can always you did a great job of finding out where their mindset was on the price too, because chances are you would have offered higher.
Yeah.
You could have offered higher.
Yeah. Well, I could have, my apprehension was offering too low and insulting him.
Mm-hmm.
So he would say, no, you know, all these companies are the same. They're trying to lowball me.
Mm-hmm.
So I knew if I got it under 100, it would be a home run.
Wow.
So,
Yeah. A home run for sure.
yeah.
Well, Kevin, thank you. And I'll post this up, and I really appreciate you sharing the story with people, because I want people to know that it is possible. Is every deal a $100,000 home run? No. But, you know, there's many different levels of home runs, and you put them all together and you can make a nice income in this.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm looking
Okay.
forward to it.
Well, that's all for today. And this is Sharon Vornholt and Kevin Forte, Chicago investor. And Kevin, before we go, what's the name of your website?
It's KJF Partners, LLC.
KJF Partners. Okay.
LLC, yes.
Okay. Okay. So you can send me a link to that so that I get this straight. And when I post it, I'll put the link back to your website, and people can check you out.
Great. Thank you.
Okay. Thanks, Kevin.
All right. Bye-bye.